So are we in a scout rifle meta? Well, I can tell you right now, this is the best time to be a primary. Primary weapons overall just feel so much better. And one of those weapon types are scout rifles. You see, scout rifles got an adjustment in update 3.0.0.1, where essentially they increase how much each point of aim assist widens the aim assist cone. And at a maximum, the aim assist cone is now 15% wider. Now, what does that mean? Essentially, landing crit shots is just stupid easy, but it scales off of aim assist. So obviously, weapons that have higher aim assist will receive this benefit more. Today, guys, we're going to be going through a number of exotic scout rifles. I mainly wanted to just cover the exotics. Legendaries, we have some new ones that are out and about that I definitely want to look at, including the new Raid Scout rifle, Royal Chase. We're getting the Adept version of the Scholar that's coming up Friday, and of course, the guiding sight Beyondlight Iron Banner Scout rifle. Trust me, guys, we're going to be covering those scout rifles, but today I mainly wanted to focus on the exotics. And there's no better scout rifle to start off with than MIDA Multi-Tool. MIDA, being a 200 round per minute scout rifle, already has intrinsically just good aim assist. Most 200s sit pretty high, but MIDA takes it a whole nother level by completely maxing out its aim assist at 100. So if there's any weapon that truly benefited from this change with that maximum 15% increase in accuracy cone, it would be MIDA Multi-Tool. Fellas, if you thought MIDA Multi-Tool hit crazy crit shots before, it feels like auto-aim the weapon right now. I was using it on maps that no way in hell in previous sandboxes could I get away with using a scout rifle on these maps. MIDA Multi-Tool was absolutely wrecking. Now previously, especially in a role where you have 150 round per minute hand cannons, I would say that MIDA Multi-Tool's time to kill is average, 0.9 seconds. 3 crits, 1 body, nothing that crazy. However, considering that everything has been pushed up, a lot of weapons actually sit around that 0.8 to 0.87 time to kill value, meaning MIDA Multi-Tool here is perfect for the job. And considering that when we talked about Sturm and 120 round per minute hand cannons not necessarily have the best time to kill, that doesn't mean it can't outduel you. And that's something that MIDA Multi-Tool can do easily. Considering the weapon also comes with high caliber rounds, it also boosts your movement speed, making you strafe like a madman, and your radar stays active while you aim down sights, which is criminally overlooked, especially on things like Ace of Spades. It may seem like a simple thing, but having that radar up at all times can keep you from getting snubbed. Overall, I was extremely impressed with MIDA Multi-Tool, and I normally would say things like, well, if you're a scout rifle enthusiast, this scout rifle would do good for you. I'm here to tell you, MIDA Multi-Tool is just damn good. Considering Flint has been reworked towards sniper rifles, this weapon also has high caliber rounds. I didn't get sniped once using MIDA. And then I would have full shot of double peak. MIDA's just peppering away. I have not seen MIDA this lethal since D2 Vanilla. It's back to that level. And had they not buffed hand cannon range so significantly, we would 100% be back in that same scenario where everyone would sit in the back of the map with their scout rifles. Now, the other scout rifle archetype we're going to talk about is rapid fires, more specifically Symmetry. This weapon shoots at 260 rounds per minute. This weapon comes with the dynamic charge trait, which allows you to build up dynamic charge with every precision hit. And being a rapid fire scout rifle, this is an easy thing to do. Now, of course, it also comes with the Revolution exotic perk, which allows you to convert Symmetry here into its Arc Seeker mode, which is disgusting, but I mainly want to focus on this scout rifle and its target acquisition. How does rapid fire frames feel? Considering that Symmetry actually has the best aim assist value amongst rapid fires, sitting at a nice, beautiful 75. Now, a rapid fire that we will be reviewing here soon will be Trustee, which sits at about 67, so it's close. I can tell you right now, Symmetry, something that bothered me about rapid fire frames specifically, is that when you would try to fire them in full auto, I felt like I would lose target acquisition, almost like a level of bloom to the weapon, right? This update to scout rifles made things much easier here for Symmetry, allowing it to land more crits. And even though rapid fires don't necessarily have the best time to kill at 0.93 seconds, the fact is with Symmetry, all you really want to do is just land a few crits here and there just to get to the point to proc Revolution and start going to Pound Town with those arc charges. But yes, overall, the benefit was definitely noticeable on Symmetry. Was it as noticeable as MIDA? No. But that's also because MIDA Multi-Tool was just so damn sticky to begin with. 100 aim assist. Jesus. Moving on to our next weapon slash archetype, and there's actually going to be 3 weapons that are going to fall within this category. We have Polaris Lance, the Jade Rabbit, and Skyburner's Oath. Now let me just get Skyburner's Oath out of the way. Skyburner's Oath, I love this weapon, guys. We've made builds with it. AC 130, run around, shooting from the hip. It's nasty. But unfortunately though, a lot of things have occurred in the sandbox, and Skyburner's has just been left behind. There are times that Skyburners lands the kill. It gets the kill for me and I'm like, oh my God, Skyburner's better. And then literally one gunfight later, I'm hip firing into an opponent and none of my shots here are even landing. Slug rifle, which lobs those seeking slugs towards your enemies, is so good when it wants to actually work. When it actually wants to work, Skyburners is a melt machine. The problem is half the time it doesn't want to work, which is really unfortunate because the weapon actually has 90 aim assists. Now granted, you can aim down sights with it and use it like a normal scout rifle, but what's the fun in that? It does convert into a 150 round per minute scout though when you do aim down sights. Personally, I prefer our other 150s, and that is actually Jade Rabbit and Polaris. First up, let's talk about Jade Rabbit. Jade actually has one of the best time to kills in the game at 0.8 seconds, and so does Polaris. They're 150 round per minute scout rifles. They do require 3 crits in order to secure that optimal time to kill, but man, is it beautiful. 0.8 seconds. It's a good sweet spot. Catches people off guard, especially from afar. They just don't know how bad they're getting hit, and boom, they're dead. Now, Jade Rabbit actually benefits greatly from this scout rifle change, as it actually comes with 80 aim assists, as in 80 big aim assist values, especially on a 150. Most 150s, like when you go through your legendary 150s, none of them even break 40, outside of course Polaris. But Jade Rabbit here sits at a nice 80, and the target acquisition buff was definitely noticeable, meaning yes, landing those 3 crit 0.8 second time to kill values is going to be easier for you to do. Now, being at 150, you really can't play that close on your enemy. Like, that's one thing that MIDA Multi-Tool has over Jade Rabbit and even Polaris, is that it's such a good dueling weapon. You can play in that mid-range. You can use it on maps that you normally wouldn't use a scout rifle on. Jade, it's a lot more difficult, and it was something I was noticing. Now, we're in a position that we were in at the end of D1, where there will be people that will dedicate their time to just honing their scout rifle 3-tapping skills. Yes, there were people like that existed in Destiny 1, and they were monsters. Because time to kill value for other weapons had risen throughout the sandboxes, eventually we ran into a scenario where 150 round per minute scouts were meta, but they were skilled weapons. I know, right? I've got some sweaties right now that are just throwing stuff at their computer. Did he just call a scout rifle a skill weapon? Look, to my sweaty players, I need you to just pick your poison, okay? You can't call every weapon that isn't a hand cannon skillless. Just pick one. So today, I want you to either pick 600 round per minute auto rifles or 150 round per minute scouts. Pick one and stick with it, man. But even in D1, I knew sweat players that loved using 150 round per minute scouts, and right now they are very much in a position where they will greatly reward you. On top of that, Jade Rabbit individually got tuned by having its armor-piercing rounds replaced by high cal. That's right, Jade Rabbit, a high-impact weapon, which already had mega amounts of flinch, will now flinch you even more with high cal. Hands down, Jade Rabbit is definitely positioned to be a monster for those that actually take the time to nail this weapon down, which takes us to Polaris Lance. Now, despite Polaris Lance not having the flashiest stuff in terms of stats, no, it doesn't have as high of aim assists. It actually sits at 39. Wow, I thought it was more than that. No, it's actually 39. I can tell you right now, it doesn't feel like 39 aim assists. Polaris Lance might actually be my favorite scout rifle for mouse and keyboard, and Jade Rabbit my favorite scout rifle for controller. And the MIDA Multi-Tool just feels great on both. Polaris is still a fantastic scout though, and I heard that the perfect 5th exotic perk should be fixed now. Essentially, precision hits will return ammo to the magazine, and landing 4 precision hits loads a delayed solar explosion for your next shot. I think the most noticeable thing about this, as well as Jade Rabbit, is both of these scout rifles come with zip moment. The hardest part about 150 round per minute scout rifles is just landing the first shot. But once you land that first shot, it's gravy after that, man. Every shot afterwards is perfect because zim moment is now active. And not that these weapons have bad stability. Default stability is actually fantastic on both of these exotics, which is why I choose them over our legendaries. But both of those scout rifles are definitely in position to be great for you. I like Polaris Lance more still on mouse and keyboard, but I think I like Jade Rabbit more for controllers. So guys, that is your scout rifle overview in this sandbox, Beyondlight. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Have you been using scouts? Do you like them? I'll tell you one thing I like. Every time I aim down sights with a scout rifle, I'm not getting immediately domed by a revoker or a sniper. It still happens on occasion, sure, but the frequency is much less. It's nice that primaries are doing so much better in this sandbox. And hopefully Bungie will continue this trend, picking up some of our other archetypes. I'm looking at you, lightweight pulses. Fellas and ladies, thank you all for coming and watching, and as always,
slap that like button like your mama told you right.